The modern man doesn't care what anyone thinks, he wears what he wants, he expresses himself through his dress.
You know, they're finding their own trends and they're not just looking at the high street, or they're not just looking at the, you know, high fashion or their subculture. I think everyone's kind of taking little bits from everything and making that themselves.
You can be a modern man in past times and it's still quite traditional, but I think now there's so much diversity in terms of like the influences from abroad and Europe and music, and everything kind of comes together, and I think you have to put in a bit of research and be a bit confident with how you want to be.
My main muses forever are my little brothers. Like, they're 18 to 25, they all skate. It's like this urban hip-hop, skateboardery kind of just cool, chilled out kid. So I thought, summer, let's go for California. I love like the recklessness.
A modern man in this country, I think, is a lot different to a modern man in America or a modern man in Europe. I think fashion in this country is massively experimental. It hasn't always been like that, and it feels like their association with their clothes is becoming a lot more stylised, really, more than functional.
There aren't many brands, obviously, that sort of use colour and print as a focus. I think the need to follow these certain trends or do something crazy, I don't really think we need to do that. If anything, we try and minimise that.
I wanted to do this kind of like Baroque print with like the summer sea octopus or goldfish scales or whatever. And I thought, but that's not enough. It can't just be Baroque and fish scales. It has to be something, it has to be like the best fish. What is there out there? And there's the golden arowana, which is like the equivalent of having a Porsche in your front room. And then you apply it to the neoprene, which will never ever lose its shape. So every time you put it on, it's like that new box fresh street vibe. As menswear is on the rise and things are getting quite exciting, it's having an impact on the relationship men have with their clothes.
People are now starting to think about fashion and art in a more consumer-based way and in a more financially sound way. So I think that's going to massively affect how fashion is now being projected over the next 10, 20 years.